Hello and welcome to Only Connect, where, like a night with the Crankies, everything's up for grabs. Two fresh teams in contention tonight, and they are, on my right, Mark Smith, an archivist who used to work in a sponge factory and is the second cousin of a prominent Bermudian ukulele star. Nick Holland, a freelance copywriter who was once mistaken for a professional football player by his own brother. And their captain, Nick Reed, a charity administrator and fundraiser who lives in Yorkshire and has a deaf whippet. United by a passion for P.G. Wodehouse, they are the Psmiths. Nick, I hear there's an interesting story behind the formation of your team.
Oh yes, we all applied to your excellent organisation as individuals and were placed together by your excellent producers, so we think of ourselves as for one direction of Only Connect.
Do you know, that's the first thing I thought when I saw you. Congratulations, I hope you make beautiful music this evening. You will be facing, on my left, Phil Styles, a home tutor with a passion for choral singing and a fear of bridges. Tom Kappelman, a software engineer with a degree in maths, who lived for a year in the house in which Edmund Halley discovered his eponymous comet. And their captain, Graham Cole, a computer science graduate who maintains a database of every Countdown episode since 1982. United by a weakness for words, they are the Verbivores. How are you feeling about tonight's competition?
Well, we don't have much of a strategy beyond try to avoid the music question, avoid bridges, and what's the worst that can happen?
That sounds like an excellent strategy. Well, you started well, Verbivores. You won the toss. You'll be going first. So we're going to play round one. What is the connection between four apparently random clues? What's the worst that can happen? Let's find out. Which hieroglyph would you like?
Horned viper, please.
The horned viper. OK, what is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next, please.
Indonesia.
I've not got this yet, no. No, next one, please. Which is an American state? Is it a town in Canada? Bass, or is it base? No. Next one, please. Cook. Is it Mount? Like Mount? Is there a Mount Bass?
Cook discovered New Zealand, but I don't know if I was to hit that.
I would say, are there mountains in those countries?
I've got to put something.
3 seconds.
Are these the highest mountains in these countries?
They are not. So I'm going to throw it over to the Smiths for a possible bonus point.
We think they are straits which separate bits of a country from other bits of a country.
That is absolutely right. They are all straits. They separate an island from the rest of the country. Very well done. So you get a bonus point and you may choose your own question.
2 reads, please.
2 reads. OK, what is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Taoiseach is Irish Prime Minister. Next.
Shortest serving of these people.
Possibly, yeah, could be. Do you want another?
I think maybe we should go for another. What do you think?
Should we have a dash? Yeah. Are they the shortest serving people to hold these offices?
Yes, they are. Coming in after 2 clues, you get 3 points. Very well done. You didn't need to see the last 2 clues. Talk me through what we're looking at.
Well, John Bruton is the Taoiseach, was the Taoiseach.
For how long, do you know?
I've no idea.
3 years, 94 to 97.
The Pope must have been... Oh, John Paul I was 70-something days, so it must be less than that. Is it something like 4 days?
It was 12 days. Yes, he actually died of malaria before his consecration. Very sad story. George Canning was whom?
Prime Minister. In the 1820s, something like that.
That's absolutely right, 1827, yes, a Tory Prime Minister, and Paul McGann appeared as the Doctor in a single episode, a single 90-minute episode of Doctor Who. All shortest-serving occupants. Well done. Back to you, Verbivores, for a choice.
Fire for us, please.
Ah, it's the music question. You will be hearing the clues. They all have something in common. What is it? Here's the first.
Question. How'd you like this knowledge that I brought? Bragging on that cash that he gave you as the front. If you're gonna brag, make sure that your money is done.
Next, please.
I know this, but I don't relate.
So Mandela with Michael Jackson.
Next, please.
Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you
Next.
have grown.
It's a beautiful world. It's mainly the genuine things
3 seconds.
Welsh.
Go on.
It's something, preposition, the something.
I'm afraid that does not apply to all the clues. I'm sorry about that. So, Smith, you have the chance of a bonus point.
Newspapers, possibly? News of Old Times.
Yeah, 'cause it's independent in the first one.
Oh,
Yeah.
is the newspaper connection?
It is newspapers, you're right, Mark. It's actually Independent Women Part 1. That was the first clue from Destiny's Child. So Independent, the former newspaper, Man in the Mirror, the times they are a-changing, and News of the World, a selection of current and former newspapers. Well done for the bonus. And what would you like?
Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Flax. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
It'll be something like that, yeah.
Next.
Yeah, I think we did.
Next. Next. These are almanacs and the lengths of time for which they ran or continue to run.
They are all almanacs. Very well done. Yes, what's William Lilly? What's that referring to?
Lily's Almanac.
I mean, yes. I wonder if you know any more about it.
Is it to do with stars?
It was an interesting combination of facts and his own sort of predictions of what was to come. Apparently, according to my notes, it was popular during the 17th century almanac boom, which sounds like a good boom. Very well done. And back to you, Verbivores, for the last choice of the round.
Water, please.
Water. OK, these are going to be picture clues. They all have something in common. What is it? Here's the first.
Nicole Kidman, isn't it? Next, please. It looks like leather. Next, please.
What's it, Bruno Mars?
1985. Next. So year he was born?
I assume it's years of born, but I don't know what the link is.
OK, so it might be that.
3 seconds.
Probably not good enough, but it's the year. Is it the years they were born?
I have another go. There'll be a hidden connection.
Were they all born in Hawaii?
They were all born in Hawaii. Very well found in the depths of your mind. Yes, Nicole Kidman was born in Hawaii and has a Hawaiian name, Hokulani, taken from a baby elephant that was born in a zoo around about the same time. Later, the elephant was found dead in a moat, so that's a nice story. Bette Midler and Bruno Mars, also born in Hawaii, and Barack Obama famously, because that was controversial in America. Very well done. You are off the blocks with 1 point. And back to you, Smiths, for the last question. It's the lion question. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Road safety.
Next.
Multinational sweetened and flavoured milk. Is it to do with green crosses, do you think? I don't know. Maybe we should get the next one.
Next.
Rabbit, the Playboy, something to do with... what's symbolised by bunnies, I don't know. No. Green cross, bunny.
Next.
Next one. That's definitely got a bunny sign. Yeah.
Bunnies.
Promoted by bunnies.
Well, that's one way of putting it. I will certainly give you the point. They all have rabbit mascots. Whether the rabbits consciously promote them, I'm not quite sure. But what are these clues referring to?
The well-known battery company has a rabbit that carries on playing the drums longer than its competitors.
It's OK. We can say Duracell. And there are other excellent batteries on the market, but that's the one with the rabbit logo.
The soft porn empire is Playboy with its bunny ears.
Other excellent soft porn magazines are available, if only in my dressing room. And the second one, that is Quickie, the Nesquik bunny, is being talked about there. And the first one is from the Tufty Club. You remember that? Tufty, the eponymous squirrel. But the moral of the story was imparted by Dr. White Rabbit, Tufty's friend. So, yes, all represented by rabbits. Very well done. at the end of round 1. The Verbivores have 1 point, the Psmiths have 7. On to round 2, the sequences round. This time the teams must work out the hidden connection and then tell me what would come forth in a sequence. Verbivores, you'll be going first again, so please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
I have Horus, please.
OK, you'll be seeing the first in a sequence. These are picture clues. I want to know what sort of thing you'd expect to see in the 4th picture. Here's the first.
Oh, it's the Windows 10 logo, isn't it? It's a Windows logo. Next. Oh, it's in Newfoundland? No, it's too far south. New York. It's in New York.
No, it was...
Next. Oh, yes. There is... It's... Oh, what is this? I wasn't survey, isn't it? Survey.
MS, NS, OS, PS, postscript.
Oh, well done. A postscript, for example. A thing on the end of a letter with a picture of a letter with a thing on the end.
Would be an acceptable answer for 2 points. Very well done. And why is that?
MS for Microsoft, NS presumably for Nova Scotia, OS for Ordnance Survey, did you say?
Yeah.
That's right. So MS, NS, OS, something with a PS. Could be a postscript. Could have been a person with those initials, couldn't it? Philip Schofield, Phil Silvers, Phil Spector. Could have been a Patrick, Patrick Swayze, Patrick Stewart, Pat Sharp. I've got a few possible alternative answers. Could have been a Peter, couldn't it? Peter Sellers, Peter Sarstedt, Peter Serafinovitz, Peter Saville, Peter Shilton, Pete Sampras, Pete Seeger, Peter Sutcliffe, Peter Stuyvesant or Peter Stringfellow. Or a Paul Simon. It could have been Paul Smith, Paul Scholes, Paul Staines, Paul Sinha, Patti Smith. I never even thought of a woman. Paulie Shaw, Pamela Stevenson, Percy Sledge, Prunella Scales, Preston Sturges, the film director, Pharaoh Sanders, Percy Shelley. I don't know if that would have been acceptable. This is actually the initials quiz. I don't know if you know we've changed this series. It's about initials. Very well done for 2 points. Smiths, what would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. OK, what would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next.
Yeah, that sounds likely.
Next.
I'm thinking Edinburgh for the sturgeon. I don't know. Nick.
3 seconds.
With no confidence at all, Jeremy.
Is not the right answer, I'm afraid. Verbivores, do you want to have a go for a bonus point?
I think we're going to say David.
Is the right answer. And why do you say that?
Is it the first names of party leaders going into the last election, presumably by the number of, in ascending order, the number of seats they got?
That's exactly what it is. And the strange one, Nick and Peter, because it's Nick Clegg of the Liberal Democrats and Peter Robinson of the DUP, 8 seats each. And then you've got Nicola Sturgeon of the SNP, Ed Miliband of Labour and David Cameron with how many seats?
12 more than half of however many are in the Commons.
What a beautiful way of putting it.
330 something.
331, exactly, seats by the Conservatives. So it's leaders of political parties in the order of the number of seats those parties took at the 2015 general election. Well done, you get a bonus point and your chance to choose.
Water, please.
Water. What would be forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next.
Grammy, Oscar and Tony. I think EGOT is an acronym.
Oh, EGOT is...
I think EGOT is the normal acronym, which makes Tony last.
We'll go... I think it's worth going for, yeah. We think Tony.
It's the right answer. Gosh, you've warmed up. And why is that?
I'll defer to Tom.
There are major awards in their areas. I don't know if they've awarded them the year or... But I know EGOT is the acronym that they're known by as a group, but not sure why.
Well, it was coined by the actor Philip Michael Thomas. Do you remember him from Miami Vice? He played Tubbs. And he was a sort of actor and singer and stage performer. He did these various things. And he said it was his aim to win all 4 of these awards. He had a necklace with EGOT written on it, because he thought he was eligible to win them all. And how many of them did he win? That's right, none. He was once nominated for a Golden Globe. That's about as close as he got. But EGOT, some people have won them all. Can you name anyone who's won them all?
Barbara Streisand?
Yes, Barbara Streisand is an example. Whoopi Goldberg is another one. John Gielgud, Harry Belafonte. A few people have, but not, sadly, Philip Michael Thomas. Well done, though. Well spotted. And back to you, Smiths, for a choice.
Lion, please.
Lion. OK, what will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
The only one scored a goal in which Liverpool lost. I don't know about. Next. Next. Oh, it must be the Golden Boot, isn't it? Oh, so sorry. 4 times.
So maybe 4 times Cristiano Ronaldo.
4 times Cristiano Ronaldo.
Is the right answer. And why is that? What's the sequence?
Is it the number of times they've won either the Golden Boot or the Ballon d'Or?
It's the Soulier d'Or. It's the European Golden Shoe or Golden Boot. That's right, number of goals scored in Europe in a particular season. This is at time of recording. I'm reliably informed that one of these people may win it for 2016. I hope it's Ian Rush. I'm not a big football follower, but at time of recording, Cristiano Ronaldo has won 4 times, so he would be the 4th in the sequence. Well done. Verbivores, the last choice for you.
Twisted flax, please.
The Twisted Flax. What would be the 4th in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next. Chamberlain. It's going to be, yeah. Well, Churchill was like Home Secretary way before then as well, wasn't it? Could be. Do we need the next one?
I think
it could be the same person, but who? I mean, I'll guess Churchill or Chamberlain. Do we want the next one?
Yeah. Okay.
Next.
Churchill? Yes, yeah, so 40 to 45.
45 was it, yeah. 1940 to 45, Prime Minister.
Is the right answer. And why is that?
We think it's posts held by Winston Churchill.
That's absolutely right. It's the cabinet positions of Winston Churchill. What accounts for this gap, 1922 to 24?
He took a gap year? I don't know.
Well, in a way, rather sadly, in 1922, he lost his seat, which was Oldham. He'd had severe appendicitis and was not really visible to anybody until a couple of days before the election, and then he campaigned in a wheelchair, and people didn't like it. And he lost his seat, and there's this rather poignant quote where he said he was without an office, without a seat, without a party, and even without an appendix. Oh. Rather sad. Winston Churchill, though, Prime Minister, 1940 to 45. Well done. Back to you, then, for the final question, the Horned Viper. What will be the 4th in this sequence? Here's the first.
Elder daughter improvises music. Could this be a mnemonic of some sort?
Next.
Mother and the younger daughter visit supermarket.
Sounds like a scene from a language textbook.
Yeah. Got to get the 4th one now.
Next.
It's what happens in The Simpsons,
yeah,
so they all rush into the sitting room together and sit down on the couch. Or a boy's writing out lines on the blackboard. Son is writing out lines on the blackboard.
Son is writing out lines on the blackboard.
You are absolutely right. What is this sequence?
It's the opening credits of The Simpsons.
Yes, it is. And the last one in this sequence would be Bart Simpson writing lines on a school blackboard. Well done. That means at the end of round 2, the Verbivores are up to 9 points. The Smiths have 11. Time now for our hideous connecting wall, in which 16 clues are all jumbled up and the teams have to sort them into 4 connected groups of 4. Your turn to go first this time, Smiths, so please choose lion or water.
Water, please.
OK, you have 2.5 minutes to sort the water wall into 4 connected groups, starting now.
Foreign secretaries.
Oh yes, Carrington, Major.
Okay, you're
So we missed out Major, miss out Cook, miss out Hammond,
miss out Straw.
Straw. Okay.
Who is that? Carrington?
Oh, yeah, well done.
Cobham Towns at
Chadwell Heath's, is it a tube station on Central Line?
It's so easy.
Oh, no, these are football training grounds.
Oh, well done.
And
3 strikes and you're out now. You've got plenty of time.
Last hurrah, last post, last word, last minute. What else does that give us?
Malta, Mac,
These are things symbolised by the letter M.
1,000.
Yeah, M,000, M in Roman numerals.
Okay, I was happy with that.
You've solved the wall. Very well and calmly done. So that's 4 points immediately for the groups you found. There are 4 points available for the connections and bonus points if you get it all right. So the first blue group, Major Hammond Cook Straw.
Recent foreign secretaries.
Recent, did you say?
Yes.
Well, they've certainly all been foreign secretaries, I'll have the point.
Recent by my standards, yes.
What about the green group, Carrington, Cobham, Chadwell Heath, Melwood?
These are the training grounds of Premiership football teams.
It's another football question. You know what I'm going to ask, don't you?
Is Carrington Manchester United?
Yes.
Chadwell Heath is West Ham.
Yes, it
Melwood,
is.
Liverpool?
Very good.
Cobham, Chelsea.
Excellent. They are all Premier League football training grounds. And what about the next group? Malta, Motorway, Mac or Mash or Mach and 1,000.
They're all symbolised by the letter M.
They can be represented by the letter M. And the last turquoise group, starting post, what's that?
It is literally the last.
Yes.
It is last group, last post, last hurrah, last minute, last word. So, on top of your 4 group points, you get 4 connecting points and 2 for getting it all right. That is the maximum of 10. Let's bring in the Verbivores now, give them a new connecting wall, 16 different clues, but the same principle. They need sorting into 4 connected groups of 4. Welcome in Verbivores. You're going to be getting the lion wall. The water's been taken. You have 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
Guantanamo Bay, Hudson Bay,
Hudson Bay, yeah, Bay, Cutler Bay,
Country Bay,
Bay,
San Quentin.
try that. No, I think in Carson Bay, or have I made that up? So, what's false? What can that be? Was it a decree absolute or something? We've got
January, March, October.
Oh, yes, nice one. So we've got December, so let's try that one. Have we got another one? June, you've got June. Okay,
so December.
I'm sure you're right with bays.
So should we do the 3 we know and try some others?
So, was it Hudson Bay, Bantry Bay?
Guantanamo Bay.
Harlong Bay, is that right? No. That could be a bay, couldn't it?
Halong Bay.
Have we tried Harlong Bay?
Rikers.
Bay.
Yeah,
we don't really know, do we? So, what else we got? So, Lurch, Falls, yeah, but Carson, wasn't it? Carson. Is it Carson the jockey? Is it the former presenter of that American chat show?
Is that Pod Greece?
Yes.
Well, I don't know every other bit of it.
Pat Jennings, the goalkeeper. There's the guy who won all that money on Jeopardy.
Got a minute left.
So,
So what's
false? I keep looking at false. What can that go? Is it going to be false something? So, like a false friend or something like that.
30 seconds.
I think we might as well go just to try for these bays there. Hudson Bay, Guantanamo Bay, Bantry Bay. That one. I think we tried that one, didn't we? Falls Bay. That's only going to be a bay. Hudson might be something else.
10 seconds now.
San Quentin?
Quentin.
And you're out of time. But you found a group, so a point immediately for that, and I'll give you another if you can tell me what connects decree, junta, janitor, octopus.
They begin with an abbreviation of a month.
That's absolutely right. Dec, Jun, Jan, Oct, hidden at the beginning. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. There we go. Carson, Jennings, Lurch, Hudson.
Are they characters in Downton Abbey?
I'm afraid they are not. One of them is, oh, Carson.
Is it going to be butlers?
They're all butlers, but too late, I'm afraid. Yes, Jennings is the butler in Gosford Park, played by Alan Bates. Lurch, who's Lurch?
Oh, it's the Addams Family, isn't it?
In the Addams Family, exactly. And Hudson is actually upstairs, downstairs, not Downton Abbey. All butlers. And the pink group, false, Bantry, Harlong, Guantanamo.
Yeah, there must be the bays.
Those are the bays. Yes, you really struggled with false. It's near Cape Town in South
That's pretty
Africa.
much the only word on there that I thought couldn't have been a bay, false bay, but...
Yes, false bay in South Africa, I'm afraid it is. And the last group, Attica, Rikers or Rikers, San Quentin, Marion.
Are they prisons?
They are American prisons, that's absolutely right. So 1 point for the group that you found and 3 for the connections. That is a total of 4 points. Let's have a look at the scores going into the final round. The Verbivores have 13 points, the Smiths have 21. So you've got some catching up to do, Verbivores, but it is possible in our fast round 4, the missing vowels round. This time, the teams can lose points for a wrong answer. We've taken the vowels out of well-known names, phrases and sayings. We've squidged up the consonants, and you must tell me what are the disguised clues. I'm going to tell you the connections in advance of each group. Fingers on buzzers. The first 4 are all things that are good. Verbivores.
Good Friday.
Correct. Verbivores.
Good vibrations.
Correct. Verbivores.
Good housekeeping.
Correct. Verbivores.
Good Samaritan.
Yes, it is. Next category, things that are great. Verbivores.
Great Yarmouth.
Yes, it is. Smiths.
Great expectations.
There you go. Smiths.
Great Barrier Reef.
Correct. Smiths.
The Great British Bake Off.
Correct. Next category, boxes. Verbivores.
Box Junction.
Correct. Verbivores.
Pandora's Box.
Correct. Smiths.
Black box flight recorder.
Yes, it is. Smiths.
Sky red box.
I'm afraid not. You lose a point. Verbivores, do you know?
Sexy red box.
It's not. Don't lose a point. It's 6-yard box. Next category, countries with 5 syllables. Verbivores.
Lithuania.
Correct. Verbivores.
Burkina Faso.
Correct. No time to tell me that last one, which is Sierra Leone, because the bell has gone for the end of the quiz. Looking at the final scores, the Verbivores have an excellent 22 points. The Smiths have 24. So congratulations, you are through to round 2. Very good quizzing. Verbivores, you may be coming back later in our new highest scoring loser round later in the competition. In the meantime, thank you very much for playing and thank you for joining us. If you're the sort of person who watches the show on your phone, I can only hope that you weren't interrupted by too many friends calling. Except, of course, you weren't, because you're the sort of person who watches quizzes on your phone. Goodbye.